In my experience, there are two types of people in this world. There are those whose day is controlled by others, by what other people need, by what other people want. They do what they feel is important in the moment. And at the end of the day, if there's time, they work on what's important to them. The second type of people, they know what they want, they know what they need, they know what they have to do or what they have to achieve or what habits they have to develop in order to achieve their goals. And they make that the priority of the day. And then once complete, the rest of the time is built for everybody else. That's what we're going to focus on in today's conversation. So for more videos just like this, be sure to subscribe. As you know, my name is Jason from GetUncommonResults.com, where we work with successful entrepreneurs to get shit done and break through to that next level. But back to the question, which type of person are you? See, typically, in most cases, there's individuals who they wake up in the morning and maybe they have a task list, maybe they have a to-do list, maybe they don't. But on the to-do list or the things that come up for them on the day are for other people, other tasks, other priorities. It's because it feels urgent. It's not necessarily important to them, but it's urgent and maybe important to someone else. And unfortunately, in that scenario, it's not until the end of the day that maybe they get to work on what's important to them. Or maybe that's not you. Maybe you do schedule the time. You block it out and you know on Monday and Wednesday and Friday you're going to do this, or every day you're going to do this at this time. But let me ask you a question. When it comes down to the time to do it, does it get pushed aside for other priorities or other urgencies? Or do you stay disciplined and stay focused on what you need to do to achieve that end goal? See, if you're a bit like me, things come up, life changes. But I want to tell you a story. One of my mentors, Mac Newton, phenomenal individual. He was a conditioning coach for the Oakland A's for 9+ years and the Dallas Cowboys for at least 4. He's also an 8th level black belt champion. Phenomenal man. When I was in Arizona, I got to go to his studio and work out with him for a bit. We did 100 mountain climbers. I went, wow, if you've never done a mountain climber, you know it's death on a mat. And I stood up and I went up to him. He goes, "How are you doing?" I said, "Wow, that was painful." He said, "Good." And then he gave me a piece of advice I'll never forget. See, Max said, "I'm glad you felt pain, because either you get pain or suffering." Let me explain. Let's use working out as an example. You either get the pain of doing the workout and keeping your body in shape, or you get the suffering that comes from your body shutting down. And in Mac's case, he said, "I like pain because I like to choose what happens to me rather than have the suffering of something that happened that's outside of my control." Now, if you've ever met Mac, you know he's a true example of the human spirit. Phenomenal individual. Check him out, Mac Newton, out of Arizona. Be sure to Google him and check the guy out. So back to the point. Do you let other people run your day and your agenda be controlled by life? Or do you control it? So if we look at this as business, do you get the pain of being disciplined to what it is you need to do each and every day, and maybe saying no to those you want to say yes to, but because of your priorities, because of what's important to you, you have to say no or not yet, so that you can get what needs to be done when it needs to be done? Think about that. Getting what needs to be done when it needs to be done, and dealing with the pain of having to say no to someone who needs a bit of help, or not yet is an ideal scenario. Or do you have the suffering of what happens when you beat yourself up knowing that it's been months and the project still isn't complete? Think about it for a moment. Just imagine the 2 or 3 projects you have on the go. What are you doing? What are you focusing on? Now think about how you feel right now. Is it something you're progressively moving forward in? Or is it the moment you thought of that project, you felt pain in the pit of your stomach? Yeah, maybe suffering in the pit of your stomach. The same goes for sales or business. I can work on the pain of having to dedicate the weekend, let's say, to building a system. Or I can have the suffering of my team constantly having inefficiencies and losing money and challenges within the business, all because we're doing what it takes in the moment, because we never took the pain of sitting down, giving up the weekend and building the system or the process. So which is it for you? Of course, if you find value in this thought and you want to dig deeper, send me a message. I have this incredible program called Perc. I love it. It's designed specifically to lay out the goals and help you achieve them in a very efficient manner, and most importantly, helps you get out of your own way, the biggest obstacle in which you face. Well, what works for you? Either way, are you going to take the time and dedicate yourself to achieving your goals and making a point of being a master of your agenda? If so, say I'm the master down below in the comments below. And of course, if you like videos like this, you want more content, be sure to subscribe, like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear this information, and just be sure to follow so that you can get more valuable content just like this. And of course, if you want some more questions or want some help with that, be sure to click the link down below or take our business assessment to get clarity on what it is that you're really good at, but where you might be suffering in your business today. Till next time, I'm Jason from Get Uncommon Results, and I'm looking forward to working with you.